Hey, what's going on, guys? Porter here. Today we're going to talk about the CARV.2. I'm just going to call it CARV for the rest of the video just for simplicity purposes. We're going to go over attachments, how to use, and I'm going to give it an overall rating at the end of the video. Then in a separate video, I'm going to do gameplay of the gun just so you can see how I utilize it. But other than that, if you find this video helpful or entertaining in any way, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. But other than that, let's do it. Alright guys, so here's my attachments, but let's go ahead and do a little bit of a deep dive here. So let's start off with the agency silencer. This one's a given. It's going to give you the sound suppression. It's going to give you the vertical recoil, which you want to tame that as much as possible since it's a 3 burst. And then bullet velocity, that's really important in Warzone so you don't have to lead your shots. So really important for this gun. So for the barrels, strike team I feel like is the way to go because it's going to give you the bullet velocity again. And as well as it's going to give you that effective damage range, but I've seen YouTubers do weapon testing and test the effective damage range with the tactical rifles, and I've seen multiple people say that there is no damage drop off with tactical rifles. So mainly just picking this for the bullet velocity. But as far as the task force, you could go with that, but it's going to hurt your recoil. And once again, we want to tame that vertical recoil as much as possible so it'll be pinpoint. As far as optic, go with what you're comfortable with. I like the 3 times the most. I feel like it's clean, so I go with that one. Then obviously fill agent foregrip is a given. Just once again, trying to control that vertical recoil as much as possible. Then as far as ammunition, I go with the 45 round drum just because it doesn't hurt your aim down sight speed, and it's a 3 burst. You're not going to go through ammo as quickly. You're not going to melt through it, so I feel like 45 is plenty. Alright guys, so how to use the CARV. This gun excels in the mid-range. I feel like it's a beast. So you're 30 to 50 meters roughly around that area. It's awesome. But once you start doing like 60 plus meters, it can get a little bit harder to use, especially with the really fast fire rate. It's got the fastest fire rate for the 3 burst guns. So it can kind of be hard to control the recoil. So unless you master it, definitely if you have the opportunity to mount the gun, I highly recommend that. So with all that being said, excels in the mid-range. It can be awesome as well as the long range, but you really got to kind of master that. So I highly recommend using an SMG that you're comfortable using around 20 meter range. So for example, I've been using the LC10 with it. It's currently actually my favorite SMG right now. I'm comfortable using it 20 meters. I'm even comfortable using it up to 30 meters, so that's just kind of a bonus. Alright guys, so overall, I'm going to give the CARV a 7 out of 10. I think it's balanced. A meta gun, I would consider an 8 out of 10 or higher. So what kind of saves the CARV is its fast firing rate. It doesn't particularly hit really hard, but the fast fire rate, you can put multiple shots in. It's also kind of forgiving for a 3 burst if you miss some shots. So I think that's what kind of saves it, but also the fast firing rate kind of makes it hard to shoot at range, like I mentioned earlier, but if you can get really good at it or master it, you can definitely make some awesome shots from long range. I know I made some, but also I whiffed some, so it can kind of be hard to do that. So I think that's a good place for it, is a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, that does it for the CARV attachment video. Make sure to porter up, have a good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.